Good morning. So today we are focusing on domain and range once again because we are going to continue to see these on a variety of tests and quizzes, and we want to make sure that we are understanding the difference between the two. So for this first question on your warm-up, one of the main things that you really need to focus on is whether it's asking you for the domain or the range. So when we look at the domain, we are looking at the x values. And as we're looking at the x values, that means we're going to be looking at the numbers on the x-axis, okay? As opposed to when we are looking at the range. So our range, we're looking at our y values, which are the numbers on the y-axis. So basically, as we are looking at these, our domain is from left to right, and we always go the smallest number first, biggest number on the right. And our range is from bottom to top, looking at the y-axis. So the furthest here that we have from the left, because we're looking at our domain, is -5. And we see how far it is over on the right. And I see that my furthest to the right is a 4. We're looking at our domain. Those are our x values. And this is a connected graph. And so we're going to have a less than and equal to because we have closed circles on both sides. So as we're looking at this first warm-up, all of our x values are between -5 and 4. So our option for that is going to be, in this case, option number 3. Okay, and once again, what we're looking at here is the domain. Okay, it's actually going to be our x values. So just kidding. We're looking actually at our x values, not our y. So be careful. We're having our x in between there. So our answer is not option 3. It's option number 4. Make sure you are paying attention to those details as opposed to what I just did. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at our next one. Now, our next one here is asking us for the range. Now, the range is our y values, and it's always less than or equal to on either side. And for our range, we're looking at the lowest point to the highest point. So we're looking from bottom to top. Our bottom numbers are smaller. It goes on the left, so that's -5. And our highest number here, it goes up to 9. So all of our y values are between -5 and 9. So we have our y values between actually it's at -4 here, ladies and gentlemen. -4. So make sure you're being very careful once again, more careful than I am being. So it is between -4 and it goes all the way up to 9. And once again, it's our y values. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. So we're looking at domain, and domain is our x values. So we're looking at our x-axis. Now, the way that I remember which one is domain and range is they're alphabetical. X, Y is alphabetical, and D comes first in the alphabet before R. So they kind of pair up that same way. So domain is left to right, and our furthest to the left is -5. And we're looking at our x values. And our furthest to the right is right here at 6. This is also your Khan Academy that's due tonight at midnight or 11:59. So all of our x values are between -5 and 6. So that's going to be this option right here. Okay. Now for this one, we're looking at our range. And range is our y values. Once again, less than or equal to on either side. And we're going at our y-axis, looking at those numbers, and we're going from the lowest point, which is at -1, to our highest point, which is right here, which is at +5. Notice I'm not going from dot to dot. I'm looking at the lowest point of the entire graph and the highest point. So My y values are between -1 and 5. Okay. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is our warm-up for domain and range. And once again, as we're looking at these today, this is one of your Khan Academies that is due this evening. I did switch one of your Khan Academies today. Let me show you. I switched it actually a couple days ago. I took away the one of them that was a little too difficult, I think, and I added systems of equations with substitution. That was one of our warm-ups in class this week, and that is simply because that's going to be on the test, and I wanted you to have a little more practice. So when we have dots for our domain and range, we are individually looking at them. So once again, for this one, as you're working on your homework that's due, this one has our range, and range, of course, is looking at your y. So you literally go from the bottom. The lowest one is -7, and you keep going up. Our next dot is at -4, and our next dot is here at -1. We continue looking up. We have one at 3, and our last one is right here at 7. So remember that you are looking at the axis, and you're simply listing which dots have that coefficient. So as we're looking at this, right, we're going to go ahead and pick that answer. Okay, so that is it, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to go ahead and work on the discriminant today so that we can, this is our last section. Our test is going to be on Monday and Tuesday, our quiz first, then our review, then our test the Monday after that.